people's first thing is going to be that.
It is indeed, Waldo. It is indeed. So, thank you all for joining us again. Welcome to the Dumbass class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, and of course, the boys, as always. So, as we continue our Dark Heresy 2nd edition with the 1st edition's equipment game off, I'd like to thank Hook Sounds for providing the audio. Sell your soul. If you're making any projects and you need music, use Hook Sounds. You can find them in the link down below if you're on YouTube. It's enough of a shout out. So, in our last episode, our group of daring heroes had very bravely sat in a spacecraft and waited for rescue. No. So after our group of Inquisitorial agents had vanquished the orcs within the asteroid field and had survived a harrowing experience where they very nearly lost some members due to irradiated debris flying through the void, they found themselves on a gun cutter floating in space. Something they didn't realize was the irradiated debris that was flying all around them very nearly hit them a few times. But luckily, the Sanctum, the gun cutter owned by the rogue trader that had dropped them off, survived the encounter. Something I wasn't actually prepared for. I thought they were going to die, and it'd be a bit more scary. But no, they survived, and they were able to make contact with our stranded crew. After some time, they got back to the rogue trader vessel, and there they were informed that their prize, the gun cutter, would be claimed for them, and the rogue trader would actually invest the time, effort, and resources into repairing it, at the very least for spatial travel. It will be it's not going to be armored for fighting. It's not going to be equipped military, so it's not going to have any weapons. But you will basically have a small cargo and personnel transport flying vehicle. But you guys went onto the rogue trader's vessel. I believe you had a bit of time just to recover, and then you had a meal with him. Yes, you had a meal with him, where you were informed what was going to happen with the gun cutter. So we are, after that day, you have finished your meal, you have rested, and this is where I get to inform you that essentially you have free time. You've been given a itinerary of what the rogue trader is going to do. He wants to, at the very least, spend another day in orbit around the asteroid field as his reclamation vehicles are still recovering items and doodads from the asteroid field. But if you insist, he will take you back to the planet as soon as you ask. But ideally, he would like to spend at least another day here. What would you all like to do? Do you want to head back to the planet straight away, or are you happy to rest on the ship for some time longer?
I'm fine to rest on the ship for some time longer. I've got more reading I want to do.
Well, that's worrying. I can't hear them.
Oh dear. Oh no.
There we go. Now I can. Dodgy in jack. Headphone jack. So what would you guys like to do?
Yeah, I like to stay. I can English.
It's an improvement over me, at least. And I am English.
really might. That thing.
You know what? I want to go to the whatchamacallit, to the hangar bay and check out the repairs on the ship. Because there's not much for us to do currently, is there?
No. You can relax on the rogue trader vessel. Or, yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, I would like to finish my books.
Sure.
I'm gonna go relax on the hangar bay.
Okay, that sounded interesting.
Sure. Okay. Are you telling anyone about this, or are you just going down to the hangar?
Yeah, I'll tell them that I'm gonna go watch how the repairs of our new gun cutter goes.
Jenny is not there this morning. When you guys wake up, Jenny's nowhere to be seen.
Oh.
Oh no!
Luckily, I got my Armageddon back from her.
Isn't your Armageddon back on World?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's back in one piece.
I mean,
And with a custom grip.
It's still on World. It's still going to be a while. Unless we're going to go back now. I take it we can't just get a shuttle back. We have to go all back.
Yeah, it's too. So, as if you had a gun cutter that was fully functional, a gun cutter could do the trip. It would actually it'd probably be quicker in a gun cutter, because obviously
It's only 11 hours.
The only 11 hours. Have to change the map, because it's in the void. So for every square, I believe is an AU. So a determinate of spatial distance. So the asteroid field is a
150
long
million
way.
kilometers for the people interested.
It's a vast distance. So the asteroid field is a long way away from the planet. It's just spatial maps are in these types of games never really do it justice.
Wait a second. That means like fucking. You know, a drop pod, a Space Marine drop pod is like 12,000 AU units per turn.
Those guys are fast. Fucking fast.
I mean,
How much?
I mean, yeah,
No, I
listen,
can see
they're-
why normal unaugmented humans turn into fucking.
This is
I
true.
mean,
To be
This is
honest,
true.
it isn't speed that kills you, it's acceleration that kills you. Acceleration causes the G-force.
Or the stop.
I'm pretty sure it's the sudden stop when it hits the planet.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you have
To
to
be
consider
honest,
it's not
they're practically orbital bombardment devices at that speed.
exactly. I mean, they're shooting you out of a rocket tube down to the planet, and
Oh,
they're going
boy.
like, "Good luck."
It's a little bit more
Regardless.
than that, but it kind of. They are guided.
Right. Can I spend some time looking for Jenny and make sure she's alright?
Sure,
And
you can
then-
com her. You all do have
Yeah.
microbeads, and so your microbeads, whilst you're on the ship, you're sharing their communications array, basically, so you can communicate to anyone aboard the ship on your microbeads, even if you're out of range of the microbeads, because they just connect to the ship's Vox and get relayed to you.
Okay, yeah. No, I'll calm her, make sure all's okay.
You hear a lot of noise as the receiver picks up. A lot of banging, a lot of heavy machinery, a lot of chanting and praying. You can probably hear Hector off somewhere in the distance, just chanting the rites of awakening somewhere along the around there. And then you hear a very quiet from her because of all the noise. Darius, what is it?
Just checking up on you. Everyone's heading off and doing things on their own, making sure cohesion is still in effect around here. Didn't see you when we got up, so just thought we'd check in.
No, the Omnisire has work for me to perform. I was eager to be with the machines once more.
Alright then. Just call us if you need any of us then.
I will. And the line goes dead.
Okay. Would it be possible for me to use the what do you call it? Facility, like the gym facilities or anything like that, if there is any on board? Training facilities?
Yes, there would be essentially an officer's gym, because you are on the officer's deck. You can go there and train. Yeah, it's a fancy rogue trader vessel. I should imagine that he likes his officers to keep in shape. So you'd see a well-provisioned gym.
Yep. I'll request access, make sure I'm actually allowed to go there, and then I'll spend some of my time training.
Yep, you were told that you have access for the officers section. So, Liliana, you wander off and go and look for the repair bay.
I will follow the signs and I will ask guards along the way.
Okay, so you want to ask guards. Can you give me a charm test, please? You can have a -20.
Oof.
Actually, you are coming from the officer's bridge. You can have a -10 because you're not crew. But they do know that you're someone of note because of where you're coming from. Okay, so the first couple of guards that you come across just don't seem to be all that happy with the fact that you're wandering around and you're not in a uniform. In their eyes, you're a civilian. They've probably been told that there are members of, VIPs on board, and to make them comfortable, to help them when assisted. But to the repair bay, it takes you a little bit longer than you first thought. Rather than a 2-hour journey, it takes you 3. After about 3 hours of, again, wandering, you're not entirely sure where to go. You are pointed eventually, and you do get there eventually. This is not the shuttle bay that you came into originally. So you have had to walk down a fair few levels aboard the ship to get to the proper engineer's maintenance bay. As you get close, and in this area, by the way, there's no more luxury. This is very much like a normal ship where you are now, which will denote that you've come into the normal crew area. You manage to find the maintenance bay, and this area there's incense almost wafting through the door like mist on a new morning. The smell of grease, the sounds of machinery. It's very loud, and you haven't got there just yet. As you come round the corner, actually into this hangar bay, it's ginormous. Maintenance bay. It's ginormous. There's currently about 4 shuttles that are having maintenance done on them. They appear to be off to one side. There's enough room that you think for them to be able to be maneuvered. So did I cut out again?
Yeah, you did.
I think you clicked something and you cut out.
Discord, you swine. So you can see that there's 4 shuttles that are getting general maintenance, and they're off at the side. There's enough room for them to be moved out and repositioned or taken to a flight bay rather than the maintenance bay once they're done. You can see that there's 6 very small very sleek looking craft that at the moment are going through like a decontamination. You can see the thick foamy substance.
Didn't cut out again.
I am cutting out, and I didn't click on anything that time. Discord, you can. So you can see that they're getting sprayed with this thick foam that's clearly there to remove radiation, like what they did with your shuttle when it came in. But off to the other side, so if the shuttles were on the left-hand side, you've got the sleek fighter-looking craft in the middle, and then off to the right, you can see that there is a gun cutter. This is the most amount of activity is around the gun cutter. You can see maybe 4, or is that 3, or is it 6? Quite thin individuals, very dirty red robes. All of them have some sort of cybernetic, and they're all doing things on the ship. But you can pick out one of them very clearly, and it's Jenny. And she appears to be in her element at the moment. She's speaking. They're all speaking binary. So from that corner of the maintenance bay is just beeps and boops and chanting, and most of the incense is coming from there. Lots of candles.
Without making a sound, I'm gonna go, the ooh face, and I don't want to disturb their place of work. I'm just gonna go next to the wall, and I'm just gonna watch. And there's a big smile on my face currently because I love ships. So
cool. There are a number of maintenance servitors that are going round. They're doing the decontamination basically, and you can see that there's a discussion going on. You think it's a discussion, although you're not quite sure. They might be praying. It's very weird.
I'm not gonna say it's weird because I hum to the sounds of the ship's engine. And some people think that's weird. That's not weird at all. But I'm just gonna be like, they're doing something. I don't know what. And I'm just gonna keep watching.
Okay. So, you sit and you watch. Not much happens as you're watching. Work is very slow. So, does anyone else want to do anything?
This is after I spoken to the astropath, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I'm just going to go to not the librarian, the Cogite place to do some more studying up on things.
Chronicalarium.
The Chronicalarium. Thank you. I've been listening to too much of the Space Marine books recently, so my brain is, that's the word.
Brother, bring the heavy flamer.
It takes some time. It takes some time to get those words stuck in your head, because when the hell do you ever use that word?
It's hard to learn Proto-Latin.
So,
I mean, it isn't Proto-Latin. It's wannabe Proto-Latin, but...
Yeah.
Same difference.
So we're on the 25th at the moment. The 65th at the moment. And we go over to the 66th. You all have a day of doing whatever you wanted to do, and you do it well. No one really disturbs you. No one.
25th to 60th?
No. It's the 65th.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, there is a. No, I did say 25th first because my brain likes to fuck with me sometimes.
Sorry.
If you look at on the handouts, there is although I haven't updated it, there is a time thing. At the moment, it's 064.988.m41.
Oh.
So I do update the date there for you guys. You're 2 days, well, a day off. So yes, no, 2 days off. It's now the 66th. The rogue trader informs, or would send a data wafer or a servant, who cares, down to inform you that if you wish to go back to the planet, you may. If you want to relax on the ship for longer, you may. It's entirely up to you.
I'm probably gonna head back to world, back to planet. I'll wait and see if anyone else is, but
So do you guys want to have a longer holiday and rest aboard the rogue trader vessel, or do you want to head back to the world?
Should probably get back to the world at some point, right?
Maybe ask the rogue trader if he hasn't got some work for us. While he's busy melting stones. Or collecting stones, rather.
if you do that, I'm going back to planet. Had enough space travel for a while. I'm a grunt, not a navy man.
Well, then I will follow the group, I suppose.
If you're talking to us through the microbeat,
No,
you're just yelling the other.
This will be in the morning. This will be you guys having a discussion. We've had a day of relaxing. Shall we head back to the planet
Okay,
or
sorry,
stay
sorry.
here?
We're having
just hear them
breakfast.
You're just healing and go, but space. Also,
But what about the love of your life?
it may be there is that, yes, but it may be a good idea to ask Jenny how long it's going to take for them to repair the gun cutter before we actually leave. Because if it's like a week, maybe we can relax for another week before we go down. If it's, longer, yeah, we should go to the planet.
Don't forget, we
knows?
do have a job of earning coin or credits or whatever.
Oh yes, but still, a gun cutter would help.
I think we should go back down, see what money the pub has earned, and
How about we talk to the captain and ask him if we can organize for negotiable transport. So, if should we need transport off world, we can get a communique out to him and get a trip organized.
he seems like a reasonable man. But sure, we could try to arrange something like that.
It's starting to hurt my eyes too.
Yes, he seems like another trustworthy guy.
For a rogue trader.
So, not at all.
I mean, if anyone rolls, Lillian is clearly doing a weird face when she says that.
Okay, so it sounds like you want to head back to the planet, but ask the rogue trader if he has any work for you. So the message is sent, and essentially he will send another message back informing you that it's going to take a day to get the ship into orbiting position. There are a lot more ships in orbit around the planet. These are auxiliary ships and troop transports from Battle Fleet Ultima. So there's a little bit more traffic than what would usually be there. So it will take him a little bit longer to get back into geosynchronous orbit and to be, essentially at dock. But he tells you that he is more than happy to put on another meal for you all as a last meal aboard his vessel for now. And when he said, his reply to if he has any more work for you, essentially he says he has something for you, but he'll discuss that over dinner. But it is not work related.
Okay.
That sounds wonderful.
Sure, I'm up for dinner. I will wait. So.
Hey, wow, dinner.
Food is always nice.
Yes, but must we always discuss things over dinner? Why never over a nice brandy and a fine nose steak? By brandy, no, I mean, I'm sad, right?
Because that seems to be what our patron likes to do.
Yes, but that gets stale after 2 weeks.
It's how the officers live.
Don't I know it?
You should learn it a little bit more if you're going to keep posing as our daughter of the road trader. Don't forget.
You do realize I am a Voidborn, right? The fact that I'm complaining is not that it's the life of an officer to do that. What I'm complaining about is that as a rogue trader, he's doing the exact same thing every time.
And that's bad for a rogue trader. Why?
You people.
I mean, I just don't know it, so...
What do you mean, you people?
Let's not get into this.
You guys
Let's
like
move
things
on.
being... I like, variety.
So,
Like
I
space.
mean,
Ghost Eyes,
variety gets you killed. Especially in space.
Liliana would notice that the plasma drives are coming back up to full power in order to move the ship in real space. A few hours later, after of you all bickering and discussing over what is and what is not. So, what did you say, Jim? The words just slipped out of my mind. God damn you! What isn't mundane and what is? Keeping things spiced
stale?
up. Yeah.
Just another stale dinner.
You are about time for your meal. The officer comes back down as usual to escort you. Fine clothes or just clean clothes have been laid out again. Very much a similar spiel to what happened last time, except from this time it seems to be an Asian themed meal. You seem to be having lots of dishes with some white grain. Fruit? Yeah, I think it's fruit. Some white grained fruit-like substance. It's all very different. The road trader does seem to be trying to show off a different culture, a different side of the Imperium. But this time there is no additional officers. And this again seems to be in his smaller dining room where it's just all of you and different types of food revolving around, let's just say, Japan. Different types of rolled rice rolls.
Thought you were going to say Jaffa cake then.
I can't actually remember the 40k word for the Asian part of them. Napong, that's the one, isn't it? That is right, isn't it?
That's
It's just Japan and Japanese.
Nippon is also the one in. That's the Warhammer Fantasy one.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Japan.
I swear they use something very similar in 40k for them as well, though.
Would not surprise me.
But yeah, it seems to be, and the captain would tell you a little bit about the food, which submentum it comes from, and other nonsense about food that we don't need. And a different type of alcohol comes out, clear alcohol that you're meant to sip. But he would, after the meal is done, I do have a bit of a gift for you all, as I'm quite assured it must be difficult for you to move around on planets. So here he goes into his breast pocket and he pulls out. I'm going to say this wrong. I think they're called shitan chips or shitant chips.
Chitin?
Is he giving us a shit?
No. No. These are essentially Imperial IDs. You were given one before from Ceres, Mantorus. These are essentially, they're ID chips. I can never remember the name for it. But anyway, he hands you one of these. Normally, for a normal Imperial citizen, they would just be a small grey disc that technically has a code in it, so you can scan it and it will say your name, rank, where you're from, where you live, all your information. These ones, however, are different. They are still very thin, small chips, but they are around the edge is gold, in the middle is silver, and then there's the Rogue Trader's crest, his stamp, his seal, which would be a stack of thrones, of coins, all placed differently. So they're not a symmetrical tube going up. With these, you'll be recognised as members of my officers. It should allow you to be able to walk around a little bit freer. Of course, these ident chips do allow you to be armed. I would not allow my officers to step foot on a world unequipped. This should be far superior to any civilian ident chips.
Heavily armed, are we talking here?
Honor guard. You would not be able to. Prepared for war would cause issues for myself. But an honor guard, main weapon, sidearm, sword.
So an assault rifle isn't out of the ordinary.
Maybe reaching a little there.
An auto gun, that would be acceptable. Nothing larger. That would seem a bit overkill, but again, it's honor guard position.
I'll have to hide my mind then.
He gives you a very, I hope you're joking.
I'm just gonna giggle.
Work. Like the people that who know me, knows I have some mind somewhere on the planet. But he probably thinks I was just making a joke.
Well, I mean, any problems would again come back to me. If your chips are scanned, they will of course ask for my ship to verify the information, which of course I will do, as long as you're not involved in too much nefarious. As long as you don't get caught doing the Emperor's work, it shouldn't be a problem. He kind of now thinks to himself if this was a good idea.
Don't worry, we will handle this responsibly. I hope.
Shiva's grin comes across Liliana's face.
Another note, your tech priest, she has asked to remain aboard my vessel. She has informed me that I am to send a message to her master and to see about having her removed from your squad. Apparently it has become untenable for her.
Think we made too many gurgle jokes.
I stopped that a while ago.
Yeah.
This is a shame, but So long as
Mechanicus thing.
she enjoys what she's doing, we all serve the Emperor in our own ways.
Well, quite. She has offered her services to work on the gun cutter, which of course I could not refuse. And she is apparently enjoying her works there. I can inform you about the gun cutter. It will probably take a week at the very least to get operational again. 2 weeks would be preferable, but if you require it for down to the planet and around the planet, it would work perfectly fine. I hope.
Many thanks.
I'm going to look sad and just look at the girl and say, no, I think it's probably best if the baby girl gets the proper treatment she needs before, let's not strain her. I don't think the tech priest would enjoy it, nor would the ship.
Oh, I have much work that needs to be done. If Jenny wishes to dive into the Omnissire's blessed works, then I have more than enough machine spirits in my maintenance bay that could definitely use an expert hand, if it were. As it were.
I don't like losing squad mates, but at least this way we're not burying her.
I was
I wish her the
going to
best.
say.
Well, Darius, you're not losing her. She is merely being reassigned. But she will still be in contact. Well, till I must leave the system, and, well, I'm not planning on leaving the system until your master arrives, so...
You got any ETA on that?
I have received a message that you are to. He looks towards Mordecai. You are to wait until word from your master's master. He kind of raises his shoulders, shrugs. Informs.
Let's call it higher management.
Oh,
The
right.
The family has a strange hierarchy, let's put it like that.
Well, we will be glad to receive word when they deem it necessary.
But yes, no ETA on when he will be here.
Oh, thank you for your time, nonetheless. I'm sure we will know as soon as is necessary.
Ah, yes, by all means. As soon as I receive message, I will contact you using my Vox array aboard the ship. I'll be able to contact you directly on a secure channel, of course.
Of course. Well, you have our numbers, so I'm sure it would be no issue to ones of your skill.
Thank you, Captain.
But yes, let us raise a toast to new crew members. He gives a wide smile at that as he looks around at you all, as you all place the I still cannot find the name of this bloody chip into your pocket.
RFID tech?
No, that's Shadowrun.
Is it a data waiver?
It's a
No,
technology.
it's not a data waiver. It is a. I'm sure it's called like a chitin chip or a Citon chip, or I am looking for it now. But I gave you one before. I have used this word before, but it was a long time ago.
Just so I know, these have our names, right?
Yes, these have your actual names. So your actual personas, your actual who you are, is now enlisted to the Rogue Trader's ship. So, because obviously, no one knows that you're in the Inquisition. So your trail. So if anyone tries to find Liliana from this homeworld and they have enough power to look into it, they would see that you went aboard a ship. Then you kind of were aboard a ship for a long ass time, and then you reappeared somewhere else, which is perfectly normal, and then you were involved in a mass exodus from a world, and then you got work as on board a Rogue Trader vessel.
It's fine. It's just that we all have fake names for the city downstairs.
Yes, that's not for the Rogue Trader.
Yeah,
the Rogue Trader
it's just
doesn't.
that if I do ever use this next to Jenny, I have to keep check of my lies.
Oh no! I am 100% aware of this and smiling.
We have to be strategic with what we use, more or less.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
That is all part of having aliases. You need to keep them in check and what they've said and where they've said it. Best to use them only when necessary.
Sounds about right.
It's got to be under tools. So, if any of you have anything that you'd like to ask the Rogue Trader, now is the time to ask. He doesn't have any work for you. I can answer that one straight away.
I feel like Oop. No, you first.
Go ahead.
No, you first.
Excuse me, but what do you exactly trade in again? Do you by any chance have goods that could be sold as an MSAC? Do you have those in store?
Well, yes. Luxury goods. Only the finest of what the Imperium has to offer. Although, a bit about trading, if you're not aware. You must normally trade with the guilds. Someone like myself cannot just send people down onto the planet and hawk our wares. That is actually illegal by most Imperial planets. It's quite difficult to take taxes on things that you have no control over. So, for the most part, I trade with the guilds. I believe, he thinks to himself for a moment as he brings up a name sheet. I believe it is the Guild Santa Fe for this world. The Guild handles all of Santa Fe's import needs and the few exports that they have.
I see.
So large amounts I cannot do, but if you wish to acquire a few bottles for yourself or for a friend, I could easily let go of some.
I do believe I would really appreciate if you could actually arrange a couple bottles for me. I do have a special friend I want to have a nice drink with. And I do believe she deserves the highest luxury affordable.
Oh, well, of course, if that is the highest luxury. I'm sure I can find a bottle or two that I can make available.
I appreciate this. Thank you. I will now look towards Mordecai because Mordecai wanted to say something.
Yep. My saying something was more, I got the answer of what I was going to say from how he said something earlier.
Aha. Looks at Darius and Ezio.
These shot lasers we have. Do you mind if I keep one?
Can you roll me a requisition roll? So your influence. You can have a +10 whilst dealing with the captain. So influence +10.
Do I have a bonus for having the command button?
No, not with him.
Damn, son.
Damn.
5 degrees?
Huh. That was a good roll.
Yeah.
I believe we can arrange for that Darius. We'll get you a newer one from out of the stocks, the armory. I'll even add in a few las packs so that you don't have to adapt any to the new weapons. I believe they take 2 each, if I'm not mistaken. So if I give you an extra 2 on top of that, you should be more than ready for battle.
Well, thank you very much, Captain. I found the weapon very useful, so I'd like to make more use of it during our excursions on world. If it can do what it did to that orc in the void, I'd like to see what it'll do to a ganger that dares tries to fuck with us. Pardon my language.
That is quite all right, Darius. I'm quite sure that anyone you shoot in the face with that will be going to get judged by the Emperor. Yeah, it might be the cogman that you've put in there, the cognomen.
Cognon tags, they're called.
Because I can't find the I can't find it now. Even now, can't find it. So was there anything else that anyone wanted to ask the captain?
Can I also purchase dresses from you, my good sir?
Fucking damn it.
I'm afraid I don't deal in fashion. World by world, it's too different. Nobles can be a fickle bunch to sell to, my dear. I do have some dresses aboard and fabrics. Fabrics are something that is much easier to sell to each individual world. If you'd like one made, I'm sure I can do something.
No, thank you for now. I think I believe just this dress I'm currently using would be fine. I don't have the exact measurements of the person I have in mind. Well, I have a very good rough guess, but
I see. Well, if you can get the measurements, like I said, I'll be in orbit until your master needs me. So you can send them up.
Thank you.
Can I also get an influence roll from you, Liliana, Essentially,
Oof,
add a
this is gonna
plus
hurt.
20. Because it's
Ooh.
not. Well, you're asking for a dress and some booze. So it's not. He's a fucking rogue trader. These things are not in short supply for him.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Here's the thing. My influence is 23. So even with the plus 20, this is rough. And I don't have a lucky charm. If I had a lucky charm, I would have used it.
Sadly,
Ouch.
not in this world. You have regained a fate. You have regained at least one fate point.
You know what? Why not? Let me use it. Oh! Much better.
Hold on.
Okay. You gain one good quality dress. Or you will gain one good quality dress once you get the measurements. You also gain 3 bottles of Amasec. Each bottle is worth 500 thrones. So I believe it is classed as good Amasec.
Sorry, how many am I going to say?
3 bottles, each worth 500.
Thank you.
How much will the mag boots go for? Can't seem to find it immediately.
A what?
Mag boots.
Oh, mag boots. Mag boots.
Mag boots are 65 thrones for a pair.
What rarity are they?
Average.
Okay. So what, did you want to try and get some mag boots from the rogue trader?
Yeah, if they're that cheap.
If you give an influence roll with a plus 20, essentially this is to see if he has any spare that he's willing to give away. Because it might be possible that this world.
I could use inquiry.
No, this is a very specific influence test because you're trying to use your influence to get something for free.
Damn.
So yes, he well, Ezio, I'm not sure what you'd use them for off a ship, but of course
mean,
I
we
will
have
make.
a getter, and I don't want to get caught with my figuratively speaking pants down. If our ship loses power and I start drifting off into space. It happened once on the old ship, as you know. Don't want it to happen again.
Very well, I will make it so.
As
You'll
you
have
know.
them before you leave.
Thank you very much, sir.
Mordecai, was there anything you wanted to ask for?
Not that I can think of. I feel like I'm
Sure.
forgetting something with the way you asked, but I can't
No.
think of anything.
This is an impromptu. Someone asked for something, so you can all, if you're, see the captain doing favors, and if you want something, this is what or at least this is what I use influence rolls for. You're in front of someone who is a someone and has a lot of some things. So this is the kind of time where that's kind of role's useful.
I mean, even if it's something minor, man.
May I take a small day slate with some of the information I've been researching? Just to tide me over till I'm back aboard. Got to keep the most important muscle training, as it were.
By all means. Do you have your own data slates? I should have asked before. And do you know what security measures are on them? Just so I know what information I can hand out.
I believe, actually, Jenny was the only one in possession of. Oh, we all had them, but I thought Jenny was the only one that had her secured.
No, you all have normal quality looking data slates.
No, we've poor quality looking data slates with good quality, our best quality ones inside.
Yes, that was
Oh, were they all? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was just Jenny that had the
No, it's
best
so
quality.
that all inquisitorial data is secure.
Well, we have very secure data slates, despite their looks.
Then I shall provide you with a data wafer before you leave, with any data that you information that you wanted. That I can give you anyway.
Until our boss's boss gets back to us. At least.
Yes, and sadly only the God Emperor truly knows when that will be. Travel for the warp can be a little discombobulating for those not aboard your ship.
Yes, I can imagine that.
I would dare say even for the ones on board the ship.
Genuinely speaking, not, unless you're particularly unlucky. But it is common part for void travellers to go back to a planet and find that their friends have all aged terribly, whilst they remain as youthful and as bright as ever. He kind of smirks to himself at that. But alas, the meal is sadly coming to an end. So if any of you would like to join me for smoke in the smoking room, I would be honored.
Grin. Big grin on Liliana's face. I must certainly join you, my good sir.
I would very much enjoy that, for a change.
Amasek and Fine smokes are smoked as the meal comes to its end. You wake up the next day. All the items that you requested are waiting for you on the table. Again, with another itinerary, basically saying that you have breakfast, you have an hour to get ready, then you go to the dock, and the ship will take you to the surface.
Ooh, good looking. Just to double check, I got a shot las and how much ammo?
You got a brand new shot las with 4 magazines, including the 2 that are in the gun.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So that's back up to.
So technically, you have a full reload for that gun, or you have 2 reloads for a normal las gun.
Okay, so there's 1 in the gun and then there's 2 spare. Okay.
No, sadly, there's 2 in the gun and there's 2 spare. Because it says, I believe it says in the description that it has to have 2 magazines in it, and it feeds off them at the same time.
I think that's the shotgun.
That's the shot las.
That's the shot, lads. I remember it from last time.
It is only in the description. You have to read the description of the gun to learn that fact about it. It doesn't say it in the stats or in the special or anything like that.
Okay.
I think it was Rogue Trader that had that. But yes, you are after you have your quite lovely breakfast. Again, he has not skimped on your dining needs, and you find yourselves heading towards the shuttle bay. In the shuttle bay, you will see the soon to be raised second best pilot in the Rogue Traders ship, Jean.
Out of character question, did we ever made the logo for the Raven Court?
A what?
Logo symbol.
No. I don't think so.
There's no symbol as far as I'm aware.
Otherwise, I would have asked to paint it on it while they're busy, but...
I'd probably just wave at Jean as we pass.
This isn't your gun cutter.
Oh.
Yeah, your gun cutter is going to take a week. A week to get just about space worthy. 2 weeks to actually get space worthy, and to make sure that it's not going to fall apart or have any hiccups.
I mean, we can always just do that when we are on planet side too. So
no, you're what? No. So the gun cutter's still going to stay on the ship. You're getting taken down in the rogue traders in the sanctum.
That may have taken a little. I may have had a mental like that, but what I mean is, we can always just paint the symbol on the ship when we're planet side with the ship planet side. So that's not something that that's not urgent.
You could indeed. Just not in Rogue Trader. Just to anyone, if anyone was looking for it, I just had a look. I will find it somewhere. So, you see that Jean is there. He greets you happily and prepares to take you down to the planet. Surprisingly, you actually spend a decent amount of time in the shuttle in the void, sitting pretty much stationary, as if you look out the windows, there is just a stream of different craft going down to the planet. Some of these are supply ships. Some of these are cargo vessels that are not marked, but many of them are naval vessels from the naval ships in orbit. But you do manage to get down, and it is 31. He does a nice job. It wasn't a hard test, but he easily flies you down nice and simply. So he will be able to take you, because we're now on planet. I should bring you over to the planet map. He will be able to take you to the closest spaceport. Did I say if there would be? Yeah, there probably would be. I can't imagine why a hive city would only have spaceports on one side. No one really asked, so meh.
I mean, come up. The way you said it, I thought it was the entire floor, like both sides.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be the entire floor, because parts of it would be... Don't get me wrong, the entire floor is probably taken up with spaceship-related things. It'd be like...
Equipment. That's the word.
Pretty sure the entire floor would be almost like an airport, where there's like not customs and stuff, but duty-free stuff and everything there, little like motels and shit.
The duty-free... Maybe not. But I would think that whole floor is literally just for delivering cargo, transporting cargo, having, like you said, hotels and bars for any space personnel who are coming down for R&R, trading goods, to show people what the planet has to offer, doodads and other things. But yeah, it would at the very least have multiple entrances. So your gun cutter is brought... the sanctum is brought down. So we are on... Hang on, I've lost track of the dates. Were we on that one? No, we were on that one. No, they spent to there, and then they left... Yep, then they left. Yes, you left on the 68th. And it does, sadly, even with expedited travel, it does take you the best part of a day. To come down from the ship in orbit, to fly down, to go through a quicker customs, because you now have Rogue Trader ident chips, we'll just call them for now, which speeds the whole process up a little bit. Your new weaponry and equipment, they don't even batter an eye at. And you make your way down to the Raven Court. you get back.
You mean salty nipple?
Salty nipple, good point. I haven't renamed it. You get back about late afternoon. No. You got them for free. You got them for free. You don't pay for something when you use influence. That was you using your influence to get a favor, to get something off him for nothing.
All right. Thanks. Thank you.
Oh, quite right.
So, do we see the bar still on? Do we see it burn down, or is it still alive?
No, it's still alive. The area seems a lot calmer now. As you come down, some days have passed since everything kicked off, and with new ownership and a new gang in the area, well, your gang is working under the rules that you told them, which is basically let the civilian population be. They're spending money with us. Just stop anyone who's doing any dodgy stuff on our turf. So the area's actually gotten safer. Thus, business is booming at the moment. Now, when did you guys disappear? I believe... okay, so you left on the 60th. You get back on the 68th. So, that is 1 week. So someone would like to roll damage and see how much money your bar has earned.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh dear.
Yeep. I told you, let me fucking do it.
Sorry, I missed it.
I'm glad I got it first, though. Jesus.
Fucking hell.
I should have asked too.
Wow.
So fortunately, the first one came through, and it was the best one. I'd been very upset if it was the other way. So yeah, you have a very good, or your bar has a very good week, as you see the profits are up. However, as your crew come back, I see a thing that I like to see. As your crew come back to the Raven Court and you enter, you can see that the bar it's quieting down now as it's late evening. But you can see that
oh wait, no.
Sorry,
hours before we get there.
Yeah, no, I was meant to say late evening. Or mid-evening. It's like 9-10 o'clock. It is quietening down at the moment. And as you're looking over the till and going, oh, it's been a good week, and you're talking to the bar staff, getting the heads up. A woman in high-heeled boots and a pink mohawk comes down the stairs. Kind of a shitty look on her face. I think she's got a Scottish accent. I thought you said
she does too.
I thought you said she was gonna be gone. You're gonna be gone for like 3 days. Not eat.
Oh, I let out a laugh, pat Liliana on the back, and go to my before this shit fucking kicks off.
I also I give a thumbs up, go to my room and start hiding my guns.
Oh boy.
At least the makeup sex is going to be amazing.
Oh fuck, I'm right beside them again. In both fucking universes. My room is right beside theirs.
I'm just gonna look at Darius and then to leave, then I'm gonna look at Monica. I say that I'm just gonna. Well, you see, there. I don't know why, Tiffany, but traffic upstairs was awful. Plus, jokes aside, I have a lot to tell you. I apologize. It wasn't my fault.
Out of character, you could have said you had business down there. Or you could have sent someone. But then again, I also fell for the same thing, so I'm not holding it against you.
I'm just waiting for the earphone I'm gonna get this evening. But, why don't we go upstairs to the private place, and I can show you something very nice I got you.
Yes, placate her with gifts. It always works.
Hey man, out of character. There's a reason why there's that gif of the guy throwing chocolate at his girlfriend and running away.
Say
That is indeed true. That is indeed true.
You do that to any significant person, they're bound to get happy.
I mean, chocolate is the great equalizer.
I mean, people I know probably ram that chocolate through your eyes into your brain.
Right, I'm never going around your house.
They will
Chuck a waffle at them first,
Yeah.
and then chuck the chocolate.
Oh, a
So-
street waffle.
Don't chuck waffles. That's impolite for the lady.
So, hopefully I've moved the map back into the right place. I have a feeling I didn't, but anyway, moving on.
I mean, we're watching the hive.
No, I accidentally, whilst writing the Raven Court, I clicked on the map and then I moved it. So everything's out of alignment slightly with how it should be. All the
It
places, all the
looks
tokens are in
fine.
different areas, and it annoys me. But anyway,
Yeah, it needs to go a bit down or up.
I'm gonna accept my losses for now. I'll use a Sunakoon screen to help me later. As the lovers' quarrel begins to start, the rest of you roll your eyes and leave quickly, almost as if deja vu is kicking in. But through the warp? Best to move on and not think of it. Fortunately, it seems as if there's been more than enough things going on to keep Tiffany of the 40k universe happy-ish. So this is where it gets a little bit fun.
Oh no.
It is the
Oh, no.
60 it is the 68th of the Imperial calendar. It is the 68th of the Imperial calendar. Is there anything you guys wanted to do?
Not that I can particularly think of now.
I think I would go around Darius, ask him if he wants to join me, look up the gang members, see if they kept training along the instructions we gave them.
Yeah. Check out the gangers. Make sure they're all trained up, or maintaining their training regime, as well as get a rundown from them. Basically, what's been happening, what's the local situation, what's happened with the local news.
Also inquire about how the situation developed with the founding and the unrests.
Yeah, I want to get the local news off them, as well as the. I hope you guys have been training, because there's a pop quiz. And with that, I mean you're running around with fucking laps.
Okay, so training, they've continued to do their training. As for what's been going on with local news is essentially the hive is getting more stable at the moment. There haven't been so many accidents occurring in the lower manufactorums. The streets are okay. Civil unrest is still high because of the founding. The founding is still going on. The recruiters have picked up a bit more steam in the fact that now they are going round with ecclesiarchy members, and the ecclesiarchy priests are now preaching to people about how it is their duty as those protected by the God Emperor to go forth and to fight his battles in his great name. And now they're trying to get them with the religious angle. This seems to be working a little bit better than just going in and beating people and dragging out the ones that are still not too concussed.
I mean, to be honest, if they went along with fruit rations, they probably could recruit a whole bunch.
It's mainly because of the way that they're destroying their heritage. If it was a normal founding, with their normal traditions, there wouldn't be nearly this much fuss. Because, their rations are better. Especially considering there is an agri-world in this subsector.
Does that mean they get sent meat?
They get real meat.
Actual food.
Yeah, there's a agri-world in this sub. So this world, upper echelon, get fresh food from but also their guard can be swayed with really good rations. Was there anything else that you wanted to know? The founding is still going on. It will keep going on for a long ass time.
Mm-hmm.
I would like, instead of general local news, I would like to see if I could hear the gossip about what's going on with the rest of the hive. If there's anything growing, anything happening, not related to any of that. And general gossip.
Okay. Roll me gossip. You can have a plus 30 for this.
Inquiry.
Sorry, inquiry. Yes, it is inquiry fellowship.
Plus 30. Oh yeah, much better.
Actually, to be honest with you, you could have chosen either fellowship or perception, I think, for this one.
I prefer fellowship, man.
So you basically ask Tiffany, then you ask a couple of the bar staff, you ask a couple of the people outside who you've been pointed out to, like, yeah, look, he works in this manufactorum in the floor above, he knows a few people, and because you own this building now, people are a little bit friendlier with you. They can see, okay, this place has actually turned into a nice bar. Cool. And you find out that so in the middle hive, in the lower hive and middle hive, civil unrest is going on. Obviously more in the lower hive, a little bit less in the middle hive. But again, it's all focused around the new founding, about how she's basically destroyed the planet's heritage. In the upper hive, there doesn't seem to be nearly as much unrest. There are still people who are upset because their servants have been taken for the founding, and their servants, children have been taken.
Oh no, I need to wipe my own ass.
Very well, no, Spire's that one. This is just... Spire probably has a little bit of that as well. But it is very much, if you take my bakers, who will make my biscuits? It's very much that situation in the upper hive. But they do seem to accept it more. As for general news, there's a lot of excitement about the new, about the ships. That's always an exciting time, and you'd hear that even in the Raven Court, actually, you might have had some visitors from the naval ships, because again, they send people down for R&R whenever they get to a world, as long as it's an acceptable world, that is, and this is. But apart from that, there's not much going on in the hive that general gossip will get you.
Okay.
Have there been any more broadcasts?
There was one that you missed, but that would just to signified a ecclesiastical holiday, essentially a saint's day, came and passed in my little world. So the ecclesiarchy did a broadcast about, you know, stopping for a minute to give thanks to the priest, the priest of our martyred emperor. Just some random priest that came up. Nothing. There have been no more big global broadcasts from the Countess. That's
Okay. Nothing else then.
planetary
For me,
governess. Okay, so
On my spare time that I'm not spending with Tiffany or managing the bar, I will start training
sure,
by
all
reading
your men or
a lot
yourself.
of things myself.
Okay. Well, you'll have plenty of time to do that. As 10 days passed. Pew! There they go. 10 days thrown out of the window.
Fast.
You may now roll an extra 2 money dice because you had a few days spare from your first one, and then another 10 days has passed, so actually you can roll 3.
Okay, so Ezio, Liliana, Mordecai. Do it in that order.
All right. Damage.
Liliana,
Also, who's keeping track of the coins?
put it in profit. I'm doing it now.
All right. Faster than
Liliana?
me.
Yep.
This is the first time I'm rolling. Sorry, I'm not supposed to click hit. I'm actually supposed to just roll damage.
Yes.
You just damage the economy.
Sorry. Nope. Oof.
Did you? Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean,
Mordecai.
Well, we know my usual damage rolls.
Yes, we do.
And there we go.
I mean, not bad.
Okay. So,
In total, let me see. I'll kind of look up real quick.
you essentially have had 10 days where you haven't had any work. Not any work that you could remember, so you just went around and did general things, kept up to date with what was happening in the hive, and you got a better sense for hive life. Perhaps some of the locals now know you a little bit better, or perhaps, you know, you went down into your own bar and just enjoyed a couple of nights and had a few drinks. With the 10 days that you've had off in your bar, now that you have more than enough funds to for comfortable living, plus the days that you spent aboard the rogue trader vessel, you can all remove 1 insanity.
Ooh, thank you.
And you regain all of your fate points.
How does it come? I have no insanity.
I don't want to.
Wait.
You're
I'm
in the
looking
Raven
at
Card.
the Raven course.
I don't want to remove one of my insanity though. I need that.
I don't actually have any insanity at all.
I have now a 3 whole insanity.
See,
Oh,
I'm a generous GM. I've saved you for some
I'm
of the
a
horrors
cruel
that I will
and
later
benevolent
put on you.
god.
I
I said
mean,
it's a cruel and benevolent.
it's good that I don't have any insanity because I can be scared for the future, but also be less scared.
I'm down to 5 now. Yay!
I'm down to 4. I need 5. Damn it.
Why do I have
I will say one thing though. I will give thanks to the big E in the sky because so far none of my psychic spells have actually made me blow up.
Yeah, and it's happened twice to me.
Or show your friends visions of the warp. So,
Exactly.
in these 10 days, business went well for part of it, and it slowed down for another part and then picked back up. It's been quite good. But at the end of the 10 days, as you're all sat around, perhaps watching one of the pick dramas that Liliana was lent by the rogue trader, or perhaps just putting on a local hive drama, because they would have them for the individuals who can pay for it. Tiffany comes to all of you. Aye, so I've had word from Ceres. Apparently she has a job that she doesn't think that the Poison Kiss can deal with alone. So if you're interested, you haven't really, well, we've all been taking it easy. If you want to do a job that's it has some risk to it, but hopefully it'll be all smooth sailing.
Can you give us any more details?
Oh, aye. So Ceres has been hired by one of the nobles on the in the higher in the upper hive. Essentially, it seems as if a fixer, a middleman, got in touch with Ceres on behalf of another noble to arrange for entertainment, shall we say, for a particular gathering he's having. We're to provide all the lookers, and as the acid riot isn't around anymore, we're also providing most of the muscle. You'll have to decide which role you want to play. If you're being muscle, basically you're on Overwatch. They won't really let you in to... I don't know where it'll be actually at the moment, if it's in an estate or if it's in a club, or I only know it's in the upper hive. But nevertheless, if you want to go inside, you'd need to be the entertainment or the lookers or the waiting staff, things like that.
I think I have a problem there. I don't think I'm particularly entertaining.
No,
You're right, you're
yeah,
not.
that's zero. You can pass as wait staff. I'm going Overwatch no matter what. You don't want me around strangers.
I mean, to be honest, I would also be most useful with my big ass gun. I mean, my autocannon. And I don't think waiting.
I'm sure me and Liliana can handle whatever is inside if you two want to stay as muscle.
I mean, I think that would suit each of our strengths the most. Unless you can come up with something clever.
You're going to have to put all your training as a noble's daughter into use here.
Maybe we should talk to Ceres first to see if we can get some any more details, and then see what we're going to work with from there.
See, I have been meaning to patch over our relations with the Poison Kiss. We didn't leave things the best of, spots for either group last time.
It's a touchy memory for me.
Well, on that, Ceres has been keeping an eye on you. What you've been doing, how you've been treating this place and so on. She can see that you're not, this place has got better, this area has got better, so she does, if not feel bad, she does regret how she kind of turned last time.
Definitely, it's completely understandable. We're not the most usual of groups. That much you're keenly aware at this point. But I say we go help Saris. And I do believe if we do help her, both myself and Monica could probably work the inside a lot better than we can the outside.
Agreed. Plus, if things go sideways, we are the most competent with our hands.
I'm just gonna smile, look at Tiffany, wink, and then look back at the group. But I do agree with Darius that we should probably have a meeting with Saris to discuss this formally.
Aye, well, I'll comma now, and we can go and see her in the morning. I mean, she might come here if you want her to.
I mean, whatever is the easiest for you lot.
Yeah, no, it'll be best if she meets us here.
Aye, I'll go and let her know. She goes off, and as she leaves, she puts a hand on Liliana's shoulder, digging 2 fingers into her collarbone before she walks off. It takes a couple of hours, but a couple of hours later, Saris arrives. And she is alone, by the way. She doesn't have any Poison Kiss gang members with her.
Does Tiffany come with her?
Tiffany never left. Tiffany's been living in the Raven Court, so she just voxed her.
Technically, you said she left to go get her, so.
She left to go vox her, to call her up.
Tiffany just fucking moved in.
I mean,
you left her in charge for the 8 days that you were away. So she was like, well, might as well move my stuff in, considering they're late. They said they were going to be like 3 days. It's been an extra 5, so...
It's been 5 days longer than they anticipated. Fuck it, I'm moving in.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
I'll make sure. I'll make sure that to have the best stuff in place for when Saris arrives. And even though I had 3 bottles, I think I will have used one on these 10 days with Tiffany. Just as a sign of respect, I'm gonna use the other one, so I still have 1 left after this one.
Sure, you can do that.
I'll bring out the good stuff.
You can certainly do that. That's fine. If you wanted to, in those 10 days, you could have sent the measurements off.
I would have done that, yes.
You sure? So you have a good quality dress. It was delivered today.
Ooh, just in time.
I'll put as a gift for later.
For when you screw up next time.
Wait, what?
For when he screws up next time.
No, you give... Wait. Oh, okay. So you didn't give your measurements, you gave Tiffany's measurements.
Yeah.
I did technically leave the ship with a dress too, dude. Remember? They gave me a dress when I got there.
Yeah, good point.
So, Saris arrives. Tiffany is currently in the well, actually, what am I doing? We have a map for the Raven Court. Might as well bloody use it, considering I brought it into this world. I should use it. So you guys are in the suite area. You're in the upstairs when Tiffany arrives in the actual club bit. So you guys would see her on the monitor, basically.
That's her.
I will go out to meet her. And is this room over here? Oh, sorry, over here. Technically, the best place in the area, or is there a VIP, room?
No, that's kind. This is essentially your kitchen dining room. It would be the best place to have a meeting. The nicest rooms would be whichever one of you spent the most on their bedroom, which just comes out of personal wealth. So
I mean, that would be mine, but I don't think. Because I spent a lot of money on my room, but I don't think that's a good place for a meeting.
I like that art.
Too. I'll go meet with Sarah downstairs, and I'll lead her to the best place in the house for the which is over here. Wait, really? You know what I think? And we should turn Jenny's room into a nice office room.
Boardroom or something. Also, you may want to get rid of Jenny's stuff.
How cruel of you! Oh yeah, there's a Jenny on the map.
Jenny and Hector.
She followed us back, the bitch.
I believe that's Rhea, actually. Oh no, there's Hector. Goodbye, Hector.
That's Rhea.
Goodbye.
Has Rhea been here the entire time by herself?
Yeah,
much.
probably.
And Beethoven.
I just locked her in the room because I could be asked to deal with her nagging.
Nagging or the screech?
Is there a difference?
Good point.
Oof.
Right, Mordecai, stop cooking. Get to the table.
So yes.
Do you not want me to cook?
As you're walking
Why
in,
is the servitor still there?
because it's your servitor.
The servitor's that's our cooking servitor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's your
I
maintenance
relegated
servitor.
to not doing anything because.
Well, no, it does clean up as well. It's not a mono task. Its task is house maintenance and provisioning food. Has a few tasks.
Be my little bish.
Just looking at the icon you have for it, I'm just imagining this thing with a massive fucking servo arm, just going and picking up like clothes off the floor. Yeah, just there's a massive like mechanicus tech or fucking the arm that they use to fucking lift tanks and shit. The fucking big massive servo arm just bending down to pick up the fucking
hydraulic
arm.
That's that. Hydraulic arm? That word you're looking for?
No, it's a manipulator arm.
Am I on top of the other guy?
Yeah, you are. For some reason you put yourself on top of him.
Mordecai got under you.
Please.
Oh,
Wow.
So Liliana, I wanted to apologise for what happened before. It didn't exactly go as I had planned, but I didn't think you all were so proficient at killing. It put a fright in me, shall we say. But you have been nothing but good to me and McGill's, and you've also been good for this area, so I was wrong. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I think we were announced at the time, so it wasn't.
We accept your apology, Saris. Thank you. Although it was also our fault. I'm just glad we're past that. And hopefully now move on to a brighter future and, well, a better arrangement between our two groups. Especially since we both have the same goal, which is the betterment of this location.
I think we should stop with the weasel words for now and get to the real meat of why we're here.
Indeed.
Aye. Let's. Tiffany. Saris. Two of them have a little nod at each other. Tiffany will not be speaking for any longer, because unless I announce Tiffany speaks, it's all coming from Saris.
Okay.
So, I was, Urza was approached by a fixer. Urza's currently acting as the head of the Poison Kiss, at least for anyone who's not in the gang. And I was able to do some digging. It turns out that a noble by the name of Lucia Hoffer? Yeah, Lucia Hoffer. House of the Hoffers. He's a minor spire noble, but he has the great honor of being the same age as the governess. They actually knew each other while she was growing up. So, for whatever reason, she still allows him to use her name, but he is after, I won't beat around the bush. He wants a sex party, which Poison Kiss is more than happy to provide the entertainment, but he has to remember the rules. If he hurts the girls, I'll hurt him. But given the fact that he is a spire noble, minor nonetheless, they do look after each other, and I don't trust my girls to not go overboard. Even if I were to let one of the girls who's better at infiltrating go in, she might get overzealous protecting a girl that's been hurt. So I would rather have some people in there that were able to keep their heads a wee bit better, which is why I've come to you all. I'm not expecting any violence, but at the same time, I can't say that there won't be. I'm not expecting you to be the entertainment, but if you want to be in the estate, then you'll have to go in unarmed. Maybe a concealed weapon if you're clever with it. A knife, fine. I don't think anyone would blame a waiter for having a small knife in their sock or something. But guns would be strictly prohibited. So you had best get something that you can damn well make sure would get through security checks. Otherwise, like I said, it's a knife or unarmed. There will be other nobles there. You will need to keep mind of that. That pretty much everyone in the party will be a noble, a higher spire noble, or someone closely affiliated with nobles. So if they want to punch you, you'll have to let them. That's what the girls get told as well. A certain amount of pain is acceptable. Too much is unwanted, but they are the most powerful people on the planet, so it's a little bit difficult to go telling them what they can and can't do. But beatings is, well, you'll have to be the judge on when you step in and how you step in. But I've told the girls to let it go, but to let me make sure that me and Urza are aware and we'll see if we can get some payback one way or another. But the pay for this will be 2,000 thrones each, so it's nothing to scoff at, especially if it does go smoothly.
Do you have a guest list or something of that kind?
No. Nobles wouldn't give me a guest list. That would be too incriminating. I doubt even Hoffa has a guest list, just nobles that he's invited that he remembers.
Did they tell anything about visors?
About what?
Photo contact visors.
As in... Sorry, can you apply that in a question out? Can you apply that in a question, Albie, not just auto contact visors?
Did they say anything about... Did they say anything about cameras or recording devices?
No, the photo contacts aren't.
Do you know what a sex party is? Do you know what
Yes.
higher nobles are? No cameras. She seems quite shocked that you would ask if you can take recording equipment into a sex party with you.
I'm just gonna look at as I say, that's your. That would be like shooting your own mom on the foot because you didn't cook you good food. That's. I'm sorry, Sarah. That was the wrong question to ask. I'm pretty sure, right, Ezio?
I mean,
No.
it's an opportunity to make extra money.
If you get caught, I won't save you. Like I'll put that down now. I'll tell them that you're a spy from another gang, because otherwise they'd be held to pay. You realise these people spend more money on their own pampered asses than what most of the Underhive gets in aid.
Just look serious. I apologize. We're professionals and we'll do only what is necessary, nothing more, nothing less.
It's
And
a
we
good
most
thing
certainly.
Sorry.
And it's a good. God damn it! I lost my train of thought.
Good shit.
And we will most certainly not be bringing any recording devices because that would be highly unprofessional.
Like, if you
And also-
hear something, if you want to eavesdrop or learn information or learn what the nobles are up to, perfect opportunity. But yeah, by the God Emperor, don't record it, or at least don't get caught recording it. And remember, these are nobles who can pay for a mechanicus to give them equipment to scan for such things.
Yeah, which is why I believe it's good that Ezio and I will be Overwatch
side.
for the party.
Okay, I
Or,
will have girls positioned in other buildings. I've only done a few of these things before for minor nobles. It's normally they'll rent out a couple of houses around the property to make sure that no one is there. That's why the cameras were so. My girls will be in those buildings. You can share buildings with them, or you can find a building for yourself. You won't see much, I have to say. But if anything kicks off, you will be close by.
Also,
Do you have any reconnaissance for this place? I know Hoffer's not going to give you any, but if you're smart, you're going to do your own, right?
Well, he hasn't given us the location yet. It's in 10 days' time. So you have time if you want to prepare or get anything that you need. I'll tell Oh crap, what did I name her? Hang on, VIPs and where is the thingy gang? Not the Poison Kiss. Where's the... Oh, hang on, I can just go on there. Tab, can't I? Gangs, the Jealous Grave. God damn it, is her name not on there? No, it is. Eleanor? Yeah, that's Eleanor. I'll let Eleanor know that if you need any equipment, you can vox the club down below, the Thirsty Eagle, and they'll is it the Thirsty Eagle? Yes. She'll have it all sent to here.
I do just have to ask this to confirm. How much did you tell your girls was acceptable? Or let's put it like
pain. So some bleeding is to be accepted. A split lip is acceptable. A black eye is as far as it should go. If spanking goes a bit far, that's acceptable, but obviously no scars. And I think that would leave a permanent mark is a no-go. There shouldn't be any other girls there. I told them that is one of my, the Poison Kisses stance is that only our entertainment in our parties. So there shouldn't be. But at the same time, if a noble does bring in his own pet, and she kind of spits that word out, we can't really do anything about it. So you will have to be careful in that regard. But most of the Poison Kiss members do have I believe these sound really, really, really gay in 40k, but they're neon tattoos. They're technically a techno heresy.
What tech heresy?
Apparently they are. The neon glow-in-the-dark tattoos meant to be property of the Mechanicus, and the Mechanicus used them to transfer energy around the body. I think that's right. Or it says something about them. But they've got a really weird gay name in fantasy. It's like low tats or something along those lines.
Elu tats, something like that.
Elu tats, yeah. Yeah, I don't like them. So neo tats will do. So yeah, they'll have a neon tattoo of a pair of lips that will glow in the dark. It's normally covered by clothing and it's in a more, intimate area.
Cyrus, do your girls by any chance have a safe word for us as the security to know?
No, there wouldn't be one for you all to know. They have one for each client, we'll put it. They do all have an implanted alert chip. I try to look after them. You'll all be given a device that will show you where the alarms started from.
Very well.
What triggers the alarm?
Well, each girl gets to choose because it does leave a scar. So for each, you'll see on the device. It'll show you. It works like a tracking device. Only it only works when activated.
Good job.
Very well. Any other thing we should know, Saris?
Only that, well, be careful and remember who you're dealing with. Because again, they might not do anything then or there. You might spite their parents and they'll just smile. But they'll remember your face. And they'll pay extravagant amounts of guild to find you. And those you love, and they'll end them whilst you watch. The nobility are not in their namesake. And she genuinely does look like there's a look of sadness and hate in her expression when she says that.
I'll narrow my eyes a little bit when she says that, and my knuckles will go a little bit white under the table. Probably Tiffany is the only one that can see that when she speaks about that. But, well, I believe Mordecai and myself, we can handle the pressure and be polite. Yes sir, no sir, for the most part. Unless we are actually needed, this should be smooth sailing, let's hope. I don't believe they have any issues with the staff having armor, do they? So long as it's not apparent.
Oh no, all waiters and, well, waitresses will all be wearing skimpy outfits. So there'll be no armor.
I'm just going to look at Mordecai, smile, and say, "Well then, I don't believe I've had more bikinis, but very well. If it must be like that."
Don't forget, you two have something else you can rely on, but if you're going to use it, little to no witnesses.
I'm just going to raise an eyebrow at Darius.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. To be like, what? Oh.
Darius, our skills, even though Mordecai and myself, we can perform. Technically, I don't think Mordecai can perform naked, but
I only perform naked.
I think he can, but people don't want to watch.
It
will be PTSD inducing.
Anyway, so skimpy outfits and maybe a knife or a small baton, correct?
Aye, if you can get it, a small concealed pistol would get away, but again, it would need to be something that's bought and designed to be concealed, or something that you've had specially modified.
Mercy Killer, maybe?
What was that?
Mercy Killer, maybe?
Aye, a Mercy Killer you could sneak in. A few loose rounds you could probably get in as well.
Well, I
It's always
believe
the prison pocket.
I'm just going to move my hand towards my face, slowly massage my temple, and then look back at Mordecai. Mordecai, I know Darius just mentioned that, but please don't. Never out loud.
Also, how will you fire the barrel when it's filled with shit?
I'm just going to shake my head.
I just go, I should stop
Back
thinking
on
out
top.
loud, shouldn't I?
Yes, please.
I think
back
more
on top.
people should do that, me included.
Back on topic. We're professionals, remember, people.
Aye, you keep saying that.
And I keep trying to bring them in, but I keep failing, as you can see, Saris. But very well. So, skimpy outfit. Would it be okay with you if we had contact with Elena once more? Then
Question: did you deal with this noble or related nobles before?
No, I've never dealt with them before. And what was that, Liliana?
Are we... Can we resume negotiations with Elena too now, Viserys?
Aye, yes. Yes, you can deal with her. Just calm down to the Thirsty Eagle what you want, and we'll pass it on, and we'll get it delivered to this establishment.
Just a quick question. How would... I'm assuming our lovely Aurelia here would be the only one permitted to enter from the sounds of it.
I'm pretty sure, out of character, I'm pretty sure there is no pointy-eared people allowed in this place.
Liliana, you knew who I meant, damn it.
Well, no. We do have male waiters are used as well. We don't just have again, some of the nobles might have different tastes. We don't discriminate from that. It's just so Mordecai, you've never really described yourself exactly on an attractive level. A scale of 1 to 10, that terrible scale. Where would you put Mordecai, and where would Mordecai put himself?
I think I would put Mordecai more towards... I want to say like a 7.
Okay, and where does Mordecai see himself?
Probably nowhere near a 7.
Okay, so he doesn't
Probably
have...
like a 5.
Okay, fair enough. So, Ceres will give Mordecai a look over, and we'll have to do a little bit with you, but you could pass. We'll apply a bit of foundation here to make you look a little bit younger and more youthful, and maybe do something with your eyes to bring them out, and maybe if we dye your hair a different color, and you'll be able to go in as a waiter. Are you particularly strong? What's your strength modifier?
28.
Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with being slim, and we'll make you more effeminate, and I think that'll work.
Yeah, that's why I kind of went for a 7, because it's like he's that more slim, yeah, honestly, kind of effeminate style of attractive more than anything.
Mordecai's a twink.
I'm holding myself because I want to make so many jokes, but Lillian does not say anything. She just has her hands crossed.
I'm struggling here, man. I'm really struggling.
That was not in character, by the way. That was definitely not in character.
just has her, both hands together on the table, just paying attention to this. Cyrus, about both myself and Mordecai, will our clothing be provided in place, or do we go skimpy? What's the place?
No. I'll provide uniforms, so all the waiting staff will look the same. All the male and female waiting staff will look different. You'll have separate matching uniforms, and then all the girls who are there to service the clientele will be in different uniforms, and again their uniforms will kind of determine how far they're willing to go. I will you probably never had to deal with this, so by the God Emperor, there's nothing wrong with enjoying your sexuality. going too far is, it's not something you want everyone talking about. But some of the girls enjoy their work and enjoy what they have to do within that work. So you'll see some sights that you probably never saw in the Thirsty Eagle. You'll know if there's a problem. But just remember, sometimes it is all a show. Not every girl is actually going to scream in pain at the slightest touch of a whip. They do act a lot.
Well, again, I wondered if there was a safe word, but seeing as how that's handled with the alarm device, that part should be covered.
Aye, it's the best way to let the guards know that there's trouble. And I'll provide you all with the devices once you're closer to the time.
Yeah. Did they say anything about what the guards were supposed to have as maximum equipment?
Well, you can bring whatever weaponry you want. Essentially, you'll be transported by my gang, and my gang will have permission granted by the higher spire nobles to basically come equipped however they want. We do have limits on how many people we can take, but that's not an important thing. Not enough to overthrow anything, let's put it that way. But yeah, for you outside, you can come as fully equipped as you want. Anything too illegal? Or anything... she hasn't seen you in your Arbite's armor, so anything too illegal might bring up some questions if you're seen, but again, the area should be clear. Should be.
Should be.
So...
Go ahead.
Out of character, I'm waiting if I should ask about the great armor, but the answer is probably no, so I won't ask.
The what?
The flak coat.
Yeah, no, that'll be fine.
Yeah, no, you can you can wear that.
Anything that would suit a merc, basically, should be fine, because that's what we're kind of posing as. I'm not going to be wearing my full carapace armor because that'd be fucking too on the nose.
So essentially, you could wear the carapace armor. You could. But if you get spotted by an Arbite, they won't give a shit about some noble because they're the Adeptus Arbites. They're a law amongst themselves when it comes to nobility. A PDF is going to be like, well, Lord Governor, Governess, yeah, do what you want. That's the takeaway from it, basically. And if you're in the upper hive, the Arbites do patrol there. They do make themselves known because they're the people that they want to keep happy.
The Forcer's patrol. The actual Arbites. Well, 2 of them are dead, and there's only 1 left, and he's working overtime. So
Poor sod. Poor sod too. We kind of left him to his devices too. Maybe you should contact him once.
Am I misremembering this, or wasn't only one of the Arbites dead?
Well,
I thought only one of them was.
One we killed, and the other has went completely AWOL. Presumed dead because he's been missing for quite a long time.
I did not remember that.
Yeah, I'll turn to Orin. I expect we'll be getting an update on any reconnaissance or information you get as we get closer to the date.
Once I know where the place is, they'll give me a map of the area and of the building, because we've got to protect it.
Do you mind if you were to give us a copy of this? So
Yeah, I can do that. That's fine.
Thank you.
Regretting the fact that I didn't switch weapon skill for fellowship right now.
I'm glad I upped my fellowship slight.
Out of character, I'm trying to think if there's anything we should ask. I've asked about Safe Word. There's Gregorian and Skimpy. The two outside are okay.
Maybe how far away the ones outside are from the building.
We won't know until we get the other information.
Yeah, that's also true.
She also told us that we're going to their place, changing their place, and then going to the party in their prospect, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, you can do that, or if you want, they can pick you up from the Raven Court, because they do have to come up from the lower hive, so they can have the costumes delivered. Because again, it's in 10 days' time, so if in 5 days' time the costumes are made, they can then be delivered to you. You can have them already.
No, I'm more thinking along the lines of, just in case of, if there was a place for us to change the party, that would make our lives a lot easier, but there isn't, so.
I think it'd be better if Darius and I, Etsu and I, were to carry the spare equipment for you. And
yeah, that might be a good idea.
It'd be a lot smarter than risking trying to stash something there.
Ceres would basically tell you that the girls get changed at the club so that they can't bring in clothes into the building and have hidden stuff in the clothes.
No, that makes sense.
It's just anything that a paranoid noble would not want the random stripper from the lower hive to do, think that they've already done it.
No, it's okay.
It's like, shall I leave my gold watch on the table just before the prostitute arrives, or shall I lock it away? Let's lock it away. There we go.
So, I'm going to raise an issue here.
Aye?
They're going to have scanning devices and such, right?
Aye, to make sure that the place isn't bugged and the members who are coming in are not overly equipped.
So, Liliana and Liliana Mordecai, you're going to be without communications while in there, because you're not going to be able to bring your comm beads in there.
Out of character, because it's something that always confuses me. Because I always see the comm being basically that.
It is kind of like the mercenary thing, so it depends on how good it is. If it's best quality, it's an earbud that goes into your ear and is almost completely invisible, as long as no one's doing a search for it. If they're doing a search for it, I think there's a -20 to finding it. If it's a good quality one, then it's a bit that goes into your ear with a wire that goes round the back of your ear, around the throat. You have a little on-off talk thing and a battery. If it's normal quality, you have the same thing, throat part, but it covers your ear. It's basically like part of a headset that sits over your ear so you can talk. If it's poor quality, I think it has like a backpack. It is a big ass thing.
It's more or less like a belt-mounted radio with like a big headset attached to it.
Yeah.
Think about like a pilot's one where there's one big massive earmuff.
And there's, and it's short range really for that kind of radio.
I don't remember what quality our microbeads were.
They were just
you
regular.
Should always put down best quality, common.
Best.
Because I know some of you have bought them.
Best.
I don't think I bought it at best. I think mine. It was just a normal one because we were buying from Dodgy Dave, and he didn't really have those.
Yeah, yours and mine were just regular quality ones.
Again, it is something that you can buy.
I also have a regular microbead.
So I will. That is actually something that is good that you brought up.
As for getting a microbead through a scanner, there are devices that will there are materials in the Imperium that can block scanners, but not make a dead zone.
Not really,
so it's not like
fit over your ear.
Well, no. So, for example, a ring box that is small enough to hide best quality microbead in, so a scanner cannot detect it. It doesn't leave a dead spot. It's not like there's a black spot on the scanner, so they're like, "Oh, you haven't got a radio, but that you've got something on you." There are implements within the Imperium that will allow you to completely hide that fact, or you can buy a best quality microbead with the specific request. I want this to be scanner proof, so it's made out of all plastics and all crystals and things like that won't get picked up on a scanner. It will be larger, so it will be like a device that covers your ear, but you can easily get it past scanners. You just don't want anyone seeing that you're putting it next to your ear to speak.
Before we actually take that leap, Darius asked us this out loud, right?
Yeah.
I will look at Saris and say, Saris, is there a ban on communication for the staff?
Really, there should be. You shouldn't be having microbeads inside, because again, paranoid nobles. If they see you even whispering to, "Oh, this noble wants this drink, can you get it ready?" To them, they're seeing you saying their name is in a sex club. They're having sex with this random peasant, or maybe this other noble. Because again, it's also a place where nobles can enjoy other noble company.
This is rather unfortunate.
But by all means, if you want one in there just to communicate between your group, you can try and sneak them in. If you get caught, it's not going to be horrendous, because you can try and say, "Well, look, my lords, we just wanted to get your drinks better," and placate them. It might work, depending on which noble catches you. But you can't just walk in with an earpiece in and expect to just go straight through.
Tell me, sirs, how likely is it that this event is going to take place in something along the lines of a manor, rather than just some dingy warehouse?
Oh no, it won't be in a dingy warehouse. It'll be in like a manor, a townhouse. It'll be in a nice building. I'd probably say nicer than any building you've ever been in. She doesn't know about the rogue trader ship. It'll be a lovely property.
Might be best then for us to keep. If it's a manor, maybe a hand sign signal that can be shown through a window. If you guys are,
if it's
keeping
a manor,
watch.
that means if that's a manor, that means there's already staff there, which means there's a potential for them to bring stuff in.
No, the staff would be, well, if the manor is empty and it has no staff, then they wouldn't hire any, and they'd just use it for the evening, then sell it on. If it's a nobleman's home that for some reason he's letting a sex party happen at, then he won't have his staff there for the same reason. They don't want anyone knowing. All those who are at the party are, I don't want to say it, and it's almost a fraternity. That's probably a better word. It's a fraternity. They don't talk about it outside of the enjoyment that they have, and they don't mention it at other parties, or I've known nobles that have had a vicious rivalry outside of the parties, and then once they're at the parties, they're bombing each other like, well, like animals, to be honest. It's just how the nobility works. These sorts of affairs are enjoyed and well looked forward to, but they don't talk about it or want anyone knowing that they attend.
Sarah's, I do have to mention one thing too before anything. Do you have enough? You have specialists in the makeup district, right?
Aye.
Because I do believe I'm gonna need some makeup for my back. It can probably pass out as a kink thing, but I'm just going to look at Tiffany to see if she's going to nod. But unfortunately, I do have some scars on my back.
Well, again...
Unless there are nobles that like scars, I don't know.
There are nobles that like everything, my girl. You should be fine. If you're self-conscious, we can cover up some of them, make them look less.
I'm not. I don't worry about them at all. It's just that it may be. I just don't know if it's going to be weird or not for the. Hi. I will get up, and I will raise my shirt only under my boobs, and I will show that, for instance, that I have a very large scar on my torso, left torso, down to the 6th rib.
Aye, that's because a nasty.
Do have.
That's a nasty scar.
Yeah, just saying. Maybe perhaps a feel of these. Not that I don't mind them at all. I don't know how acceptable they would be for the staff. If you say it's fine, then I don't mind them at all.
No, again, you might get approached because. Ooh. Why did my one change? That's odd. Oh, it's because I clicked as her, isn't it? Okay, I don't want to be Tiffany. I just wanted to roll as Tiffany for once. Oh god, it won't let me go back. I know that that won't be a problem. Some of, you might get approached. I can't really help you there. You'll just have to inform them nicely that that's not what you're there for. But no, that should be fine. Again, if you want them covered up a little bit, then I can definitely see what my professional artists can do. They can do wonders. The same girls do my makeup for high-to-do events. So they've had good practice.
If it's not an issue for the party, then no, just leave them as they are. They're a part of who I am. I don't really feel the need to hide them.
Oh, I hate doing this. I'm probably gonna stop having romances between NPCs and PCs. Tiffany would probably try and hug your thigh or something, or try and put a hand in between your legs so you can feel that she's trying to be there for you. Discreet-ishly.
It's fine. It's fine.
I know that shouldn't be a problem. As long as you're okay showing them, then that'll be fine.
Oof. Out of character. Boy, is Mordecai gonna see a fuck ton of scars.
Yeah. I feel like Mordecai's seen a lot of fucked up shit, so as we both have, let's face it.
Indeed.
Well, if there's anything else that you need to know, let the Thirsty Eagle know. and as I will pass the word on. And I'll get you the stuff that you wanted. And as Tiffany goes over the list, our invisible friend who has been with us for some time now does a once over of your plans, of what you're attempting to do. Before that is the end of our session. And one day our team will find out about this invisible friend of mine. I certainly hope you've enjoyed this episode, and are looking forward to the next episodes where we will be going to a sex club. Yeah. Had to bring another brothel into the game. I thought we were getting a few too less brothels in now that we've moved away from Nullen in our fantasy episode. Let's bring another one in.
It will feel like coming home.
It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, but definitely a lot of the first one.
Hopefully you will join us for those episodes that are coming in the future. And if you do need to catch up on our angst or what we've been doing, you can always check out my YouTube channel at Dyslexic Gamer on YouTube. Look for the same avatar. With nothing else to say other than thank you so much for watching. Take care, everyone, and as always, bye bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Praise Slanesh.